Oh, okay, come in. Ah, fantastic, brilliant, lovely to see you. Oh, thanks for coming back. Well, you may never have been before, but anyway, you're here now to have a cup of tea with Cal Doonican. Fantastic, brilliant. Oh, good stuff. Right then, let's put the kettle on. Yeah, that's the kettle on. The dog's looking around now. He can't see you. He heard the door knock. He's confused now, the poor little sausage. Yes, Monty, it's okay, mate. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, come back and chillax, mate. That's right. Yes, okay. So here we are again. This is episode 2 of Have a Cup of Tea with Cal Doonican. This may be your first time, or you may have listened to the first one. This is going to be one of 52 Have a Cup of Tea with Cal Doonican episodes, podcasts in this year, 2026. It's currently the 10th of January. So, yeah. Oh, that's the kettle boil. Let's get your drink. And, this podcast is having a cup of tea with a friend. And it's generally speaking, it's about looking after ourselves. The gentle nurturing of having a cup of tea with a friend. And even though you may not realise it, I am your friend. So that's good. You're my friend for coming and listening to all this chitty chat. Now then, let's get down to business. Now, how's your week been? Now, I've got to say thank you ever so much. I had lots of very helpful and nice feedback about episode 1, and I shall be responding to that and in time and over time. One thing though, I have to clear up a little bit of controversy. Somebody in the comments said that I think they'd enjoyed it, but they never had a cup of tea. So yes, just to be clear, you don't have to have a cup of tea with me. You could have coffee, you can have a hot drink, you can have anything you like. I've got all sorts here, herbal teas, hot chocolate, anything you like. I mean, it is possible. You could even have an alcoholic beverage. I'm not going to have an alcoholic beverage today, although it is now 12:05, so that would be okay, wouldn't it? But I've got lots of things I want to do today, and I think having a little alcoholic beverage might get in the way. But you can, and I'm just pleased to see you, and glad you've joined me. So that's that controversy cleared up, I hope. You don't have to drink tea. Now, what else? Yes. Now, the good thing for that person who's never had a cup of tea, when we're talking about emotional well-being, doing new things or doing old things in a different way is actually good for our brains. It opens up and clears the pathways of our brains, and it's good for brain health. So that's good, isn't it? If you get the chance to do something new, it is, generally speaking, good for us. I say generally speaking because, for example, I've never had crack cocaine, but if I was going to try something new, I don't think that would be good for me. I don't think it would be any good for me. No, I don't. But so not doing all new things is good for our brains, good for our emotional well-being. But generally speaking, yes, doing things slightly differently, or doing new things, walking a different route with the dogs, going a different route to work, saying hello to some new people, all them new things opens up, clears pathways in our brain. It's good for brain health. But anyway, there will be a future episode where we will explore that together over a lovely cup of tea. So, that's that. Now, when I say, about crack cocaine, I'm not judging you if you use it. I'm not going to be judgmental. You're still my friend. I'm still your friend. So yeah, let's know. Let's let's show each other this is a non-judgmental. I don't judge you. Hopefully you won't be judging me unless it's kindly, and I'll be judging you kindly and generously. Now then, what I am going to talk about now is you. Oh, sorry, mate, I haven't even given you a cup of tea, have I? There you are. There you go. It could have tea in it. It could have anything you want in it. So that's for you to sort out. Yeah. So I should introduce myself, shouldn't I? In case this is your first episode. Now, my name is Cal Doonican. I like to write songs and play songs and perform and stuff like that. But I was a mental health professional for 37 years. And early doors during that career, I found myself a customer, and I was in a hospital of the psychiatric kind for a while. Lucky for me, fantastic, good recovery, excellent people, helped me enormously. Now, but that experience made me think consciously about looking after my mental health, and it was a great reminder to something I know and believe in very strongly. Anybody can have a mental health problem. Anybody can suffer with their emotional well-being. If you were to meet somebody who told you, I'm so fit and strong and fantastic, I will never have a physical health problem, you and I would rightly think they seem a bit like a silly person to me. I have met people like that, who say that about themselves physically. I've met a lot more who say that about themselves mentally or emotionally. Now, yes, if you would say to me, I'm strong, I will never have a mental health problem, I'm super fit, that's for other people, weak people, I would think, boy, that's not very sensible. That's pride before a fall there, mate. I do hope you watch your step and be careful. Because the truth is, and as you know, I mean, I've retired 6 years ago now, which is why I can talk freely, and I am just your mate now. I'm not a mental health professional, I'm just your mate. I can talk freely. So these facts, some of my facts will be out of date. They're probably is probably even higher now, but it used to be said that 1 in 3 people were suffering from a mental illness, mental ill health, and being treated for mental health problem at any one time, 1 in 3 people. So that means if 1 in 3 were being treated, then there's more than 1 in 3 suffering, because unfortunately lots of people don't go forward and ask for help. And that's even in this country, England, where I am now, where we have a national health service, and if you're suffering, experiencing mental health problems, go and see. In the UK, we can go and see our GP, our doctor, or we can go and ask for help free on the NHS. So please, if you're struggling, do that. Don't be kidded into thinking the NHS isn't there for mental health problems. It absolutely is. So I have distracted myself as per usual, but here we go. So aims of this week, I'm going to be looking at emotional well-being. What is it? Defining it. We're going to be talking, me and you, over our cup of tea. Yum, yum. The happy battery. That's what I like to think of it. Something inside ourselves that maintains our okayness. Oh, that was one of the dogs. That was a funny noise, wasn't it? We'll look at that model of understanding our emotional well-being, the happy battery. We're going to play with that model. We're going to think about what drains our battery, what signs our battery is low, that's what we're going to look at. Looking at the time, I reckon that that's what we're going to do today. And in the middle somewhere, we're going to have a song, because I like to promote my songs. I'm trying to get people to listen to them, apart from the poor people who happen to be around me, like my family and that. So there'll be a song in the middle, break it up, keep it nice and light, and that'll be it. You all right? Is your tea okay? Do you want a top up? It feels early for a song yet. I think it is, isn't it? So let's just have a think first about that happy battery. No. Let's think first. Definitions. What is emotional well-being? Well, I have Googled it on this internet machine, computer, laptop, that's what they call, isn't it? And this one, AI, has given me this. I think it's okay. But anyway, it's AI says, emotional well-being. In psychology, emotional well-being is a positive state encompassing life satisfaction, frequent positive emotions, in brackets joy and calm, infrequent negative emotions, in brackets sadness and anger, a sense of meaning and purpose, strong relationships, and the ability to manage stress and daily demands effectively. It's about feeling good and functioning well, allowing individuals to recover from challenges and thrive in life, balancing emotions and pursuing personal goals. And then it goes on to break that down. Now, I think that's all right. I mean, I don't necessarily think that emotional well-being is about having strong relationships. Good emotional well-being makes us more likely to be able to maintain and develop strong relationships. But, if you're currently isolated for whatever reason, don't let that become a psychological stick with which to beat yourself. You know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. Anyway, so I thought, well, how would I define emotional well-being if in a more down-to-earth, mates having a cup of tea way? I suppose, and this is what I've come up with now, emotional well-being is that happy battery, that power within ourselves to feel okay no matter what is going on. And it is a special thing, it's a beautiful thing. And I suppose, so that power within ourselves to feel okay no matter what is going on. And that battery can be charged by our own actions, our thoughts, our experiences. So something like that anyway. But I want to add as well, if we don't feel okay, and if we feel lost and feel like we won't feel okay again, that's the time to seek help from others, friends or mental health professionals. So if there was somebody listening to this who wasn't feeling okay and who was feeling hopeless or feeling like they weren't going to feel okay again, which can happen, that's when it's a good idea to find that courage, because it's a brave thing to do, to go and seek help from a mental health professional. If you can't find a mental health professional, grab a friend or grab somebody and just don't suffer in silence. And when you're feeling that rough, all we can do at that time, if we're feeling that rough, is keep breathing in and out. Keep breathing in and out and go and get some help. Stay alive, breathe in and out, and go and get help. Speak to somebody. And you keep breathing in and out, I guarantee you will feel better. You will feel okay again in the future. And you might need a bit of help, but you will get that happy battery working again. And when you get it working again, you can maintain it yourself. And I hope you'll stay with me over these 52 weeks and we can chat about maintaining that happy battery inside, or by all means, even better, look for it yourself, because it's all of us, I would say, it's an important thing to do. Oof, do you know, it seems a bit heavy so far, our cup of tea this week, doesn't it? Is it time for that song already? Do you know, I think it might be. Yes, let's do it. So this song is called Still. It's kind of an autobiographical one. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much. I'm going to go and put the kettle back on. Well, we're about halfway through now, so it's time to play a song. Now, if you listen carefully in the background... Oh, we stopped now. Yeah. Well, you might start again. That was little Monty. He started again, yeah. Doing some percussion. Licking his leg. You poor old fella. He has a bit of arthritis now. He licks his leg. So he might not be in time, or I might try and play in time with his licking, his percussive licking. Let's see. Anyway, this song is called Still, and it's from that Cal Doonican album. It's the title track. Let's get that percussion nice and loud. 1, 2. Well, I've been drunk and I've been sober. I've been younger, now I'm older, but I still don't know what to do. I've been loved and I've been hated, found them both overrated. Both seem the same when I'm with you. Like a ship into the water, like a lamb off to the slaughter, like a madman and his daughter with a gun against his head, like a happy ever after in a nuclear disaster. I still don't know what to do. Well, I worked hard to take it easy, done my very best to please me. I guess it's not so bad from afar. And I thought I had the answer when I got myself a dancer who could take from any angle in a car. Like a ship into the water, like a lamb off to the slaughter, like a madman and his daughter with a gun against his head, like a happy ever after in a nuclear disaster. I still don't know what to do. And she said, looking for a reason, it's treason. She said, looking for an answer. Looking for a reason, it's treason. Looking for an answer, it's like a cancer. I've been stronger, I've been weaker, had my head jammed in a speaker. I've been quicker, I've been sicker in my time. I've been homeless, I've been destitute. I like your hair, it suits you. Stick with me and you'll be fine. Like a ship into the water, like a lamb off to the slaughter, like a madman and his daughter with a gun against his head, like a happy ever after in a nuclear disaster. I still don't know what to do. I still don't know what to do.
I still don't know what to do.
Lovely percussion. 1, 2. You can stop now, mate. Okay, so that was Still. Thank you to my friend, my very good friend, let's call him Mr. Tickle, for the advice from episode 1. He gave me some lovely feedback, but he also said, Cal, be prepared to practice the song that you're going to sing, maybe remember the words and stuff like that. And that was excellent advice, so thank you for that, Mr. Tickle. And I practiced it a couple of times just before performing it. Practiced it a couple of times, then I did a take that I absolutely messed up. And I thought, no, I will do one more take, and that second take, I think, is reasonably okay. So anyway, why do I break up the podcast with a song? For 2 reasons. One is I want to promote the music that I'm lucky enough to be involved with, just on my own, Cal Doonican, and with other people, Robot Radio, Planet Loco, Cartoon Killers, for example. So they're all out there on the internet, so I'm hoping people might like a bit of something what they hear and they might go and look it up. So that'd be great. And then the other reason, what was the other reason? Oh yes, the other reason is, pardon me, the most important reason for this malarkey is that music, writing songs, etc. is how one of the best ways for me for charging my happy battery, my well-being battery at the moment. It has been all my life. So, but yeah, it's that's one of the main ways that I would look after my happy battery. So, let's talk about that happy battery. Imagine, if you will, indulge me, two batteries side by side. Let's start with the battery on the left. What does it look like? Your favourite type of battery. It could be one from a game, or it could be from your PlayStation or your PlayStation controller, or it could be a car battery. Imagine that battery and draw it. Has it got put a little sad face on it? That's the battery for when that you're thinking about your emotional well-being running low, when things are going not too easily. So what do we notice in ourselves? It's important, I would say, to know the signs when our own personal happy battery is running a bit low. So, for example, if my happy battery was getting a bit on the low side, I would notice certain things in myself, and that would be a warning to me, Michael, you need to look after your emotional well-being a bit better at the moment. You need to do some things to help yourself and make yourself maintain that happy battery, charge that happy battery. So I'm going to break things into 3 areas. I'm going to talk about some physical things, a couple of physical signs, a couple of social signs I might recognise, and a couple of psychological signs I might recognise. So physical signs, I might notice I hope I would notice, when my emotional well-being happy battery was running a bit low. Physically, I do have less energy, and that's a common thing when me battery's running low, and that would have lots of crossovers, wouldn't it? I might not feel like going to the gym or playing any sport. I might not feel like picking up a guitar. So physically things I wouldn't notice like that. Socially, a sign for me my happy battery was a bit on the low side, it would be I'm less keen on meeting up with people. Perhaps I'd be a bit more avoidant of social situations. Now this is an area where not everybody has the same signs that their battery's running low. So for example, I know I've met people have told me that when their happy battery is running low, they don't avoid social situations, they go out and seek them. Perhaps, so for example, their sign would be, I can't bear to be on my own. I need to be outside. So when I can't bear my own company, I know my emotional happy battery. My happy battery is running a bit on the low side. So yeah, that's a social sign, if you like. Let's think of a psychological sign. Now, a personal psychological sign for me would be, I know that if I start over worrying, if I start almost like imagining worrying, so imagining something might be going wrong for one of my kids, or imagining that's thinking that, oh gosh, they could have an accident on the way home or something like that. I know that's a little bit of a warning to me. Oh, Michael, your emotional well-being battery is running down there. There's no point spending time filling your mind with worries about things that haven't happened or might happen, negative things that might happen. Waste of time, waste of energy. Your battery's running low. So there's three areas where I might see a sign. Now, I should just say at this point that ideally I would be asking you what your signs were, and we would be spending a bit of time thinking about what your personal signs were. And you could, if you wanted to, you could just pause this now and maybe draw that little emotional well-being battery, the drained one, the one that's running low, and mark on it what your physical signs. How can you tell when your battery is running low? What are your social signs when your happy battery is running low? What are your psychological signs when your happy battery is running low? These aren't easy things to do, and that's why I'm hoping you will join me for this whole year to explore these things. But yeah, you could have a little think about it now. And now you might not want to do that, and I will have pauses in this podcast, and it may be that at some point in the future I put some like background music in, like my favourite podcast person, I've mentioned him before, Mr. Blind Boy and his Blind Boy podcast. He has some music, his beautiful self-created music in the background, and I think that gives a lovely feeling of space and allows the person listening to the podcast, for me anyway, it allows me to have a think about stuff, and it feels a more interactive experience. So I would like that to be the experience we have. And so you may find that in a future episode, maybe even this one, if I can get it sorted, there might be some gentle music sounds in the background that just helps create that feeling of space, so that hopefully you participate more. Because, for goodness sake, if we were having a cup of tea together, it wouldn't be just me going on all the time. Absolutely not. We would be both chatting. Speaking of that, if you do any creating, any songwriting or anything like that, stick it in the comments. Put a link and I will listen to your creation stuff, your things that you do. I'd love that. Please do that. And make a comment, like and subscribe. That's what they say, isn't it? That'd be lovely. Where were we? Right, yes. So, talked about signs of the happy battery running low. Now, also, it is very important to think about what causes that battery to run low from its okay position when we're functioning nicely and it's all a nice, strong, healthy, happy battery. What's the drains on it? I would say there's always going to be drains in life. There's always going to be things draining our happy battery. There can always be things charging that battery as well. That's the beautiful thing, because a lot of things, perhaps most things, are in our control to charge our battery. Now, I think we're going to talk about that more next episode. So episode 3, I'm going to focus on charging our happy batteries because of time. But I'm going to repeat this stuff over and over again over the next 50 weeks in different ways, over a lovely cup of tea or coffee or a soft drink if you want. And I hope, that way we'll think about it and you'll think about looking after yourself, and it'll all be beautiful. Anyway, so this week, maybe this is the hardest week so far too. We're thinking now about what will run down, what drains that happy battery of ours. So I'm going to do that, my ones first, and then hopefully a little bit of space for you to think about your ones. So my ones, what runs down my happy battery physically? Well, I suppose now I'm getting a bit, some would say old. I'm older than most people, younger than some. Physical health in itself can be a drain for anybody. Coughs and colds, my dodgy knees, not being able to play football and sports as much as I'd used to. Those kind of things are a drain on my physical battery. That coughs and colds, that constant sniffing I seem to be doing at the moment, maybe draining your happy battery as well, hearing me sniff, but I hope it doesn't too much. So physical, there we go. I'm going to add environmental, so we're going to think physical, environmental, social and psychological and drains. So got to mention environmental drains. There's things, we all live somewhere, there's always things going around us. So here, at the moment, touch wood, I'm quite lucky. Environmental drains where I live, the worst ones are, for me at the moment, terrible traffic, roadworks, all that kind of nonsense. It's a bit annoying, and you get people frustrated by roadworks, driving like silly billies, lot more road rage for people and stuff like that. Waiting in traffic jams, that's a bit frustrating. It's a bit of a drain, nothing much. Now, if I was over in the United States of America at the moment, and please don't take this politically, I'm talking about environments, and I'm thinking about a beautiful friend of mine over there in the United States, Novelli, this is about you. Facing being in an environment where masked goons, little fascist puppets can run round, I think they call themselves ICE, and grab people from the streets, intimidate people under the direction of under the direction of a person who shouldn't be in power. I would normally avoid the word should. We'll come to that in a future episode. But we'll look at those things, words like should, must, can't. There's a little warning sign there. There's a little alert whenever you hear that word. We'll explore that in a future episode. Anyway, yes, when you've got an environment where you've got horrible things going on, frightening things going on, that is going to be inevitably a drain on our happy batteries, massively so. So sending love out to anybody who's in an environment where there's an unavoidable drain on your battery. So environmental, we've mentioned. Social drains. Social drains, I suppose, it could be, let's give Christmas an example. A lot of people will find Christmas under, either isolation. For some people at Christmas, that would be a terrible drain. On the opposite, for some people at Christmas, being surrounded by people, family members, maybe, that you're not necessarily keen on for an extended period of time, that could also be a drain on the emotional well-being, happy battery. Psychological drains. Gosh, Now, this is a tricky topic, and obviously, well, I won't say obviously, it's something definitely to be explored over and over again in the next 50 over this year, next 50 podcasts. But psychological, I suppose, I mentioned that should, didn't I? That should word, must, got to, have to. The reason those kind of words, I would see them as a red flag, as an alert, a warning, is because they're like pressure words, aren't they? If I say should, I should be doing this, or I must be doing that. They're pressure words, and behind the use of that word, there's a belief. There's a belief, and often an irrational belief. So I'll give a very brutal one, I suppose. I should be happy. What's the belief behind that? That my happiness is my responsibility. If I'm not happy, then I'm failing myself, or I must be successful in work. I must provide for my family. I should provide for my family. All those kind of things, all the use of those words show a belief behind. What's the belief behind? That I must be financially successful. Maybe that's the belief that a man must be able to provide financially for his family. That's I would say an irrational belief. Just as the same, it would be a woman must be able to provide financially for her family. It'd be nice to provide financially for your family, and I'll try my best to provide for mine. But it doesn't make you or me a terrible person if we don't do that for a period of time, or we struggle to do that. It doesn't reflect on us as a person, and that thought drains our happy battery. If we change that thought, so it's still true, like I would like to provide for my family financially, or I'd like to be happy, it takes a lot of pressure out, and that just reducing that pressure enables us to be more likely to be successful in that area, and takes away the energy that we lose with that negative thought nagging at us. And those negative thoughts can be a big drain. Anyway, I didn't want to go into that so much now. That is definitely a future episode. Okay, gosh, I feel like it's been a heavy one today, so I hope you haven't found that. I'm going to top up that cup of tea. Come with me. Let's put that kettle on. Would you like a biscuit with it, or I'll tell you what. There's biscuits. There's cakes in there. That's the sweetie drawer. Oops! I dropped one of them chocolates on the floor there. Now you can have anything from that drawer. There's nuts. There's all sorts. Mince pies, brandy snacks. What with it being so close to Christmas. Now over here, this is the fruit bowl. Listen to that. Satsumas. Oh, nice juicy pear. I love a juicy pear. Couple of bananas there. Avocado, who eats that? Must be the daughter brand. Now, I've never had a banana with a cup of tea. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe that's a new thing to do, to open up a new pathway. The banana experience with tea pathway in my brain, which will promote well-being. Right, okay. Cut that kettle on, and then we'll have to think about knocking in the head and arranging to meet up again soon, won't we? For episode 3, or if you've already listened to other episodes, maybe it's sometime in the future, maybe it's 2030, maybe it's 2045, and you're going back for some experience what it was like in the 2025s for somebody who was old and living in the West Midlands in England. So whatever the case, hopefully we will meet up again soon for a nice cup of tea with me, Cal Doonican. Thank you very much. I feel a bit like it's been a bit heavy, this episode, and I hope you haven't found it so. This is episode 2, and I'm sort of getting used to doing this thing. And I suppose something that strikes me is back in the day when I was doing this health promoting job, them 37 years, I would be listening far times more than I was talking. That famous well-known little saying over here, you've got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, as in listen more than you talk. That was very, very true in that job, and I suppose I would hope I'd be listening at least 4 times more than I was talking when I was seeing somebody. So me doing all the talking is kind of weird, and I suppose ideally over the time I will be getting lots of feedback from your good selves, because you'll like and subscribe and leave comments and that, and it'll become more of a conversation. That's what I hope. But I hope you've found today's episode interesting, not too heavy, and I hope you join me again. So thanks for coming, having a cup of tea with me. You take care, and see you soon, I hope. All the very best. Look after yourself. Bye for now. Oh, that's me toast popping up. Lovely. Do you want some piece of toast before you set off? Go on. Yeah, I'll get it. Here you are. Have this lovely piece of toast, nicely buttered. And you take that as you're walking off down the road, and see you soon. Ta-ra for now.